Survive from Scrappy Mania. Today I want to show you a solution so I'm creating this heritage album, and I found another picture, and this one is 1961 school picture. So I do have, as you can see, I have one school picture here. So this is 1956, 57. March of 57. Then I have another one, 58. This is also 58 and 59. So I have one last picture that is 61. So I don't really want it, because I only have one last picture. I don't really want to create another. I already started with this double spread, and I don't really want to put this picture here or here, because then this is not going to kind of be the same theme. My layout here is not going to be the same theme as my picture. So what I want to do is I want to keep it here. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how I can create another fold or another page. So I'm going to put this here with this 8.5 by 11 sheet protector. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it here. I already started putting my double adhesive sticky. I'm gonna tape this onto the back of this paper, and then I'm going to make a slit here. So I'm going to slip this in, and then that way I will have, this will be the same theme. It'll all stay together. So I want to bring it, so I'm going to bring it in here. So either I can tape this here, or I prefer to put it underneath my paper here. So the first thing I want to do on this thing is kind of measure. Let's see. I want to go ahead and measure where I need to make my slit, and it's going to be here and here. Then I'm going to slip this in here because I want to cut my sheet protector. I'm going to slip it in. Make the slit, but I don't want it that it'll keep ripping. So if I don't put, so what you need to do is you need to take your hole puncher and you're going to create a hole there. That will relieve the tension. So if I only slit this, it will continue on ripping if I don't put like a hole there to help with the tension of my of the paper. So I'm going to go ahead and put one hole here. Okay. And then I'm going to move this down. And place another hole here. Now I'm going to go ahead and get my blade, my craft knife, and I'm going to move this up. And I'm going to rip it. I'm going to start from that hole. So let me bring it over here. So where my punch hole is, I'm going to start cutting through my sheet protector. So there's my my hole. So now that I'm going to go ahead and insert this piece. Now I'm going to try to see if I can put this under. It's going to be kind of tricky, but I know we can do it. Okay. So before I lay it down, Okay, that looks good. So now the trick is to remove the adhesive. So I'm going to start peeling the adhesive off. And let me see if I can use a flexible ruler, might be helpful. Okay. So there is how you do that. So now I'll have that will fit there perfectly. It took a little bit of, it was a little challenge, but, oh, and good thing I made sure that so I did this once and I put the opening on the bottom and I ended up having to put washi tape, so don't do that. Fortunately, I was in luck that I did start with the opening on top, so make sure that you always keep the opening on top. Keep in mind that. So now, and the other thing is, you know, if you ever have to change this paper, you'll need to cut it. So you cut this here and then free this up and then you can change your layout. But I'm not going to ever change. This is an album, gift album. It's never going to, you know, be taken out of here. I do have digital copies of all these pictures. So if I do want a new fresh copy, I can always use my digital copy and develop that. So there, so that's my little technique that that I give you. So now I'm going to take this out and I'm going to start preparing my page. Okay, so now I got all my pieces ready, and then I'm using designer paper Antiquity, even though my whole album is actually using the die cut with a view heirloom paper stack, but all my embellishments are from this paper stack, but I decided I wanted to use this designer paper Antiquity from GCD Studios, and it's the Donna Salazar paper line, and this one is Let's Ride. That's the name of this paper. So I already cut it out, as you can see here, and I already started putting adhesive on 3 sides. So first I want to see where, because I'm going to be putting some embellishments on this frame, so I want to make sure everybody is captured. It's going to be captured in the frame. I think this is perfect right there. So I'm going to go ahead and mark my edges here. And then I'm gonna, and I put some adhesive back. I'm using these mounting squares. They're acid free, and they'll protect your pictures. So if you ever need to rip out these pictures, it'll be easy to kind of rip them, because that when you take the picture out, it actually rips in 2 different pieces. So half of the piece will stay on your picture and the other half will be on your project. So it doesn't damage your picture. It won't create tears on your original. So now it's there. Now I'm ready to go ahead and place this. I do have some embellishments that I want to place on this. And I want to ink the edges. So this is part of the paper stack that I have. Yeah, that's what I want. The paper, since it's such a small surface and the the picture takes most of the surface, you really don't need a lot of embellishments for this. It kind of just, with a couple embellishments, it really will make the page pop. So now I have that. So I'm going to place this up here. So now I'm going to start working on my embellishments. So now I'm just going to start creating my clusters. So I took a doily stamp, I stamped it and colored it. And I'm starting to build that cluster there with a little tab. It says date with one of my Dymo maker, label maker. And it has the date of when this picture was taken. I was going to use that little file tab that I was playing with there, but I decided at the end I didn't want to put it there, so I didn't place it. So the next embellishment that I'm going to use is another label that I created that has the name of the school, because I covered the name of the school with the frame. I wanted to kind of make sure that we knew which school these was taken at. So I put it all the way to the right there, and then it needed something else, so I decided to put two flat pearls on next to the banner that says Spencer School. So now I'm putting another label that says on to a new adventure. And then these letters that looks like Scrabble tiles were part of this paper pad. So what I did is I cut out the word adventure, and then I backed it with some cardboard, so that way they'll be nice and sturdy, just like if there were Scrabble tiles. And then I put a little adhesive at the end, and that's what I'm going to place it on the bottom there of my frame. So now that I'm done with that cluster there, I'm going to start on the right hand side where that little image of a binocular is that's part of the paper. So now I'm working with creating like a little collage. So I'm building a collage off the page with my apple, a little label, and then I'm using that dress form, which is part of the paper as well. And so I'm building it off the page, and then once I create that small cluster, I'm going to go ahead and place it on top of that binocular image that you see there. So now I'm kind of fiddling with what else I want to put there. I was originally going to put that crown, but I really didn't like it. So then I took the other half of the doily that I used on the top of my page. So I used that other half doily, and I'm going to place that between the dress form and that little journaling area. So now I still needed more, so I'm showing you the collage that I just created there. So it needed something else, so that's why I'm kind of figuring out if I want to put some pearls. So I'm going through my embellishments, and I still go back to that crown, but at the end I never end up using. So I found this strip that has like numbers, and it was part of the paper as well, and I decided to use that and put it on along the frame. And just because it just felt like it needed a little more embellishment there, or some more collage. So then I still had a spot that I wanted something else, so I decided to punch out 3 butterflies. So I'm punching another one up, and I'm going to place that right there underneath my apple with my staple. So now I'm going to give you a close-up look at the completed album or the completed page. And as you can see, that's the first cluster that I created, or the second cluster, and there's my the strip with the numbers, and there's my other cluster, and then my label that says off to a new adventure. So then I'm going to place it in the sheet protector so that way you'll see how it will lay. So here I am placing it in the sheet protector, and it fits pretty nicely. So now all the pictures that has to do with school are going to be in the same place, and I think that looks pretty nice. So I hope I inspired you, and thank you for watching.